Greetings everyone, it's your buddy BK here, and these guys, and those guys, are muscle figures. Millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere. This one's for you, Robert. And yeah, I kind of made another one. So these are muscle figures, at least the muscle figures we got here in North America. I used to have more than this, but these are the only ones I could find right now, so I'm going with these guys. Don't worry, I'll do some close-ups later. So muscle figures started out in Japan as kinkeshi, which are little pencil erasers, collectible erasers. This is why these guys started out as pink, because they're originally made out of pencil erasers over in Japan. And they're based on Kinnikuman, which was an anime and manga where it dealt with professional wrestling. And the main guy was Kinnikuman, or Muscle Man. That's why they went with muscle when they came over to the States. They're thinking, clever people. Anyway, Bandai launched them in Japan in '83. And in '85, they licensed them to Mattel for North America. The important part is they licensed them, which means Mattel didn't get all of the money they raked in, so they had to give some back to Bandai. So it wasn't really a priority of Mattel, which eventually spelled its doom. But anyway, they came over here in 1985 as millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere, or muscle figures. There's 236 of them. There's a board game. There's an NES game called, you guessed it, M.U.S.C.L.E, which I've heard is complete dog shit, but I don't know that for a fact. I've never played it, but it might be cool to find it somewhere at a con or something. They had a championship belt figure holder, which is pretty badass if you're like, 10, but it looks really ridiculous now. But you know what? If you gave one to me, I'd probably sport it. There's also a wrestling ring playset where you actually put the muscle figures in these things to make them battle, kind of like Rock'em Sock'em robots. I remember seeing that in the store. I never got it because I wasn't about to drop that kind of money. And I don't think you could use the normal size figures. They came with two smaller figures that fit in it, and I think you may have had to use them. Now the main guys were Muscle Man, which is this dude right here, and Terrible, which I don't have. Muscle Man was the leader of the Thug Busters, and Terrible was the leader of the Cosmic Crunchers, which are pretty badass names, actually. Now, like I said before, they started as the bubblegum pink, if you can see that, and you'll probably see it in the close-up later, because they're based on, in Japan, they were pencil erasers. They're the pink pencil erasers. They weren't pencil eraser when they came over here, but they were made out of the little rubbery plastic, and they started with pink, and then, as you can see, they eventually started to put them in all different colors. And there's also purple, which I don't have, and a couple other, I think there's 2 shades of purple, and maybe some more. I don't think yellow was one. But basically they did that to try to renew interest in it. Kind of like when you have a sitcom and the cuteness factor wears out and they add another kid to the mix that wasn't in the family before in season 4. It's kind of the same thing. Unfortunately though, what happened in 1987, 1988, muscle figures disappeared from our shores. Why? Well, a little thing called Nintendo Entertainment System came out, and the toy manufacturers in general took a collective shit in their pants, and they didn't know what the hell they were going to do. So this was bringing in so little money from Mattel, since they had to keep sending it back to Japan, and they had this other toy line called He-Man, Masters of the Universe, that, these guys were a priority. He-Man said, I bring you money. Ram-Man said, hey, I also bring you money. The muscle figures, they didn't really talk. So Mattel axed them. 1987, 1988, and they disappeared. Sometime in the early 2000s, there was an Ultimate muscle series that came on TV, and they also released some toys for a limited amount of time. I think they had 6.5-inch and 1.5-inch figures, but I'm just talking about the strict OG ones. Anyway, let me give you some close-ups so you can see a better look at these guys. All right. And then give you guys a nice good close-up of all the figures. I don't remember all their names, but we'll go through them, and I'll give you my names, and then you can make up your own names if you want. I mean, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, because I don't know if you are. So, you got a little cowboy guy here. He looks pretty normal. You got a little buzzsaw guy here. He's not so normal, but he could be from Road Warrior. Yeah, this guy's got a hole in his head. And you got this guy who, I mean, seriously, that kind of looks like Starman from pro wrestling. That's what I always called him, Starman. And this guy who looks like he could be a character from Fallout or some sort of, apocalyptic atomic blast movie type thing. This guy is just, he's happy. I don't know why he's happy. I think he's cross-eyed and happy. Maybe that's why he's happy. He knows something we don't. And then you got this little Roman guy who, I don't know, I'll call him Roman guy. Little Rubik's Cube guy here. I mean, come on, that's a Rubik's Cube. This guy who's got his little shields, and you got, of course, Muscle Man. He was the leader of the Thug Busters, so they named the series after him, so that's Muscle Man. Then you had this guy who was like burlap sack head guy, who I swear there's a video game where that character that looks like him has been in, I'm pretty sure. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Mr. T, the weird sort of hand-face guy, which is, yes, very weird. Then you start getting down here into more of the color guys. You got this guy, he's kind of like a Viking, nothing much about him. You got this guy's Python head guy, got another Python head guy. They're friends, they're besties, they hang out all the time and play sandlot hockey. Then you have someone, he could be from Fallout. Then you got Cuphead, and then you have Santa with one... Yeah, no? Okay, well. Hi, Cuphead. Then you have Santa with one arm. That's a special edition right there. You had to pay extra for that. Actually, that's courtesy of my dog. He kind of ate his hand. And I don't blame him. I think he had like an axe or something in that hand, so I would have eaten it too. Then you have this little brick guy. He looks like he's pretty tough. He wasn't that. So a little pyramid guy, you think, oh, he can't be that good. Well, when you see the way we used to play him, we flick him across and knock the other person's off, he was really good. Why? Because he couldn't stand up, so you couldn't knock him the fuck over. That was the ace in the hole right there. Another Fallout guy. But he's got turbo on it, so turbo must mean he's faster. And he's blue, so he's obviously more fun. There's Black Hole Sun guy. Now, there was a version of Black Hole Sun guy that had a hole all the way through him, and he's apparently pretty rare from what I've read. Yes, I actually was reading some stuff on the muscle figures, curious if I had any of them, and no, I never had any of the rare ones, but I had ones that were not super common, but I don't know where they are right now. And then you have Michelin Man guy, Michelin Man guy looks like he took a mud bath. I have no explanation for what's on him. That could be Hershey's syrup. I don't know what's happening there. This guy who's got 6 arms, I mean, there was a rare version of him somewhere, but that's not him. Then, of course, you have Sunny Gummy. Wait. Sunny, get the hell out of here. Oh, damn, she actually did bounce. Anyway, these are muscle figures. They're blurry right now, but there you go. These are muscle figures, or at least my muscle figures. So now I'll show you how we used to play them. Not the Rock'em Sock'em robot way, but this is how we used to play muscle figures. All right, it's all down to this one, man. 1-1. Winner takes it. Hey, don't look at me like that. You started this. You took the last Taurus and you fucking knew what you were doing. All right, man. See if I still got them skills. It's go time, son. Yeah, freaking knew it. You call down the thunder, that's what you get. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Oh, it's just a game. Wally, come on. You want some ice cream? You want to go for ice cream? Will that make you feel good? All right. How about we go for ice cream and maybe afterwards we can watch M.U.S.C.L.E, the Hands of Fate. Huh? All right, that's my guy. All right, apparently I'm going to bring Wally to get ice cream and then watch M.U.S.C.L.E, the Hands of Fate. Till next time, this is BK, that's Wally. Have a great freaking weekend, have a great Labor Day, and see you soon. Peace.